Hello! Today we are going to be going through the Regents 8th grade intermediate level science test. This one is from June 2023. It is the written test, and we're going to go through the multiple choice questions or part 1. I'm happy to go through part 2 with you guys. Just let me know if that's something that you're interested in. But we're just going to go through these questions, how to approach them, why on a few of them, why there's the best answer or the most likely to occur answers, those kinds of questions. So we're going to go through this and just check out the questions and kind of come up with a plan on how to answer these to the best of our ability. So the first one here, number 1 says, the cells of all living things. So we have A, contain chlorophyll, B, release energy from nutrients, C, have reproductive tissues, or D, produce their own food. All right, so let's go through these one by one. You probably have a few in mind or one in mind that you can see that doesn't fit the bill, or if you don't know at all, we're going to talk about it. So for this specific question, we have to keep in mind it's all living things. What are living things? Well, this is us. This is humans, mammals, animals. We have plants. So think about how plants and animals are alike or are not alike. Bacteria is a living thing. Fungi are living things. So really, don't make sure you don't just bog down your idea of the cell to humans. Make sure you're thinking about all the possibilities of cells. So for A, contain chlorophyll. Well, there are some living cells that contain chlorophyll. Humans are not one of them, though. Plants are one of them, and some bacteria have chlorophyll as well, but not all. So this one cannot be correct because it doesn't fit the bill of all cells. B, release energy from nutrients. So let's think about this one as well. Us humans, we do take in sugar and make ATP or energy from that sugar. Plants, they go through photosynthesis, they build sugars that way, and they also go through cellular respiration or the formation of ATP. So we do have some commonality with B throughout all of our cells. But let's continue on. So we'll kind of maybe keep that one in mind. Let's go to C, have reproductive tissues. Have reproductive tissues. Well, cells themselves build to make tissues eventually. So we would not, there's a couple things wrong with this, but ultimately, we go cells to tissues. So no, we will not have tissues inside of our cells. D, produce their own food. Well, plants definitely do build sugar from photosynthesis, but do humans, do we stand outside in the sun and build sugar? I don't think so. I think we are, in fact, consumers, so that one cannot be correct as well, which means that our inkling here that it could have been B is correct. All right, number 2, a major function of the nervous system is to A, control and coordinate responses of the body, B, remove undigested waste from the body, C, eliminate carbon dioxide from the body, or D, move nutrients throughout the body. All right, so this is really talking about a lot of systems in our answer choices. So it's important to know the major functions of all of them. Let's go through our options though. So A, control and coordinate responses from the body. If we're thinking of the nervous system, we should be thinking about our brain. That is a big one. We should be thinking about our spinal cord. We should be thinking about any accessory nerves that we have around our body. So, control and coordinate, well, yeah, our brain does do that. Our spine does send signals to help with that. So, that definitely could be an option, but let's not rule out the other ones before, again, thinking through them. So, B, remove undigested waste from the body. Our brain does not do that. That would actually be in our intestines. C, eliminate carbon dioxide from the body. Well, while the brain does control our breathing, it does help us eliminate that. It is not the main source of it, and it's definitely not the major function of that. So that would most likely be our lungs. D, move nutrients throughout the body. Well, that's going to be in our transportation system, I like to say, of our body, which is going to be in our blood vessels or our blood. So no, our brain and spine will not be in control of that fully. A will be our best answer here. Number 3, the diagram below represents parts of a human organ system. And then we have this diagram here, and then below says which pair correctly matches this human organ system with its function. So we have A, respiratory system, transport nutrients to cells. B, respiratory system, mechanical and chemical breakdown of food. C, digestive system, transport nutrients to cells. Or D, digestive system, mechanical and chemical breakdown of food. All right, so we have two systems we're looking at, respiratory versus digestive system. The big thing here to kind of figure out which system this is to look for those major organs. With respiratory system, we're thinking of breathing, yet I don't see lungs. I don't see lungs labeled here at all. Well, I should probably spell that correctly, huh? Lungs, where are you? All right, so there's no lungs, meaning we are not talking about the respiratory system here. We can go ahead and mark both of those out. So this is now a 50-50 chance if we don't know. But let's see what the differences are. So we have transport nutrients to cells, and we have mechanical and chemical breakdown of food. And it's asking us which pair correctly matches this human organ system with its function. So this is a little bit of a tricky one here because we have a couple of things here. We know that the digestive system is to bring nutrients into our body to absorb them, but does it transport? No, it actually works with our circulatory system. Otherwise the main component of this being our blood. Our blood will transport the nutrients. So even though our digestive system's breaking them down, making them usable for us to transport, it is not directly the one that transports. In this case, D will be our correct answer then, because we do mechanically and chemically break down food as a main function for our digestive system. All right, and number 4, what happens if a species' traits do not allow for survival of that species in a changing environment? So we have A, evolution, B, extinction, C, natural selection, and D, selective breeding. All right, so let's go through this one. So again, we're thinking really underline anytime we see bold letters, italicized, underlined, really want to take note of that. So these traits do not allow for survival. So A, evolution. Well, what is evolution? Evolution is adaptation and change over time to better fit an environment's needs. But if a species' traits don't allow for survival in that changing environment, it's not going to evolve. It's not going to have an evolution. So for that reason, A cannot be correct. B, so extinction. Well, if we have traits that don't allow for survival, extinction's definitely a possibility, so we'll keep that one available. C, natural selection. Well, natural selection is about having traits that are reliable in that environment, that those species will go on to breed and to have offspring. So this would actually, we would see natural selections for those who do have desirable traits. So that one is not correct. And lastly, D, selective breeding. Well, this is talking about traits, and while selective breeding is kind of about traits, for survival of that species, we're not really going to be seeing selective breeding happening here for that reason. So for number 4, our correct answer is going to be B, extinction. So these traits do not allow for survival in that changing environment. They are most likely going to go extinct because they cannot adapt. Number 5, most of the oxygen in Earth's atmosphere is the result of A, respiration, B, photosynthesis, C, burning of fossil fuels, or D, eruption of volcanoes. Okay, so what are we looking for? We're looking for oxygen. Where are we looking for it? In the atmosphere. This is the gases that we breathe in, the gases that we are surrounded by all day, every day. So let's go through these possibilities. A, respiration. Well, respiration, actually, we take in oxygen. So oxygen gets used up. It doesn't get produced. So for that reason, this is actually the opposite that's happening. We take in oxygen and then we produce carbon dioxide. So respiration cannot be correct in this case. Photosynthesis. Well, in photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide and they do let out oxygen. So that's definitely a possibility, but let's continue on through our options here. C, burning of fossil fuels. Burning of fossil fuels does increase CO2 or carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. It does not create oxygen. And lastly, D, let me mark that one out. Lastly, D, eruption of volcanoes. So volcanoes can put a lot into our atmosphere in terms of gases and particles, but oxygen is not one of those. So it cannot be a D, meaning that B is in fact our correct answer. That is it for the first 5 questions of this test. I will do this in parts so that you can chunk it if you would like. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if there's anything you think that could improve this experience. But other than that, hope you have a great day. Happy studying and sciencing, and I will see you back next time. Bye!